My name is Emma Barrett. I'm adopted and I'm looking for my birth parents and my sister in Russia. I'm packing my jeans, some tops, 2 dresses, my thermals, and my gloves, and my hat, because it's gonna be really cold. I work as an admin assistant helping people.
She loves her work. She loves the purpose of having a job, the responsibility of having to shop for herself, cook for herself, keep her own room in order, pay her own bills. She loves that.
Clean the coffee machine, empty the dishwashers, fold letters, cut paper up for people.
These things that go on, everyday things that she achieves are important. Right from the first day when she got on the bus, I took her into the city once on the bus to go to work, and then thereafter she got herself there and back, which was quite an adventure for her, but never missed a beat.
I'm a people person, so I love it. As my boss, AJ, says, I go above and beyond.
Do you ever think about your family in Russia and where you came from?
Yes, all the time, I want to meet them. I'd like to meet them one day,
We all need to remember our origins and, our history, and so I've encouraged her to sort of just bear it in mind, that this is where she is from. All of us, history is important.
I have a wonderful family here. It would be great to see if I had a family in Russia as well.
How old were you when you came to New Zealand?
3.5.
Do you remember anything about Russia?
I was fortunate enough not to remember it. Sometimes people say when they remember stuff, it's not good. It messes with them a little bit.
Don't film me.
This is Terry, down at the beach in Howick. You look beautiful. That's my man here, that's my husband.
Well, I suppose you have to go back to when I met Jan. We couldn't adopt Emma unless we were married. Jan could not adopt Emma without being married.
I, Jan, take you, Terry. I, Jan, take you to be my loving husband, to be my living husband.
There were virtually no children available in New Zealand for adoption. And Russia did have an adoption arrangement with other countries at that stage. This is a fax that was sent to me from Jan in June 1996 when she was staying in Moscow with a friend of mine. Went to a pet market yesterday, but Peter took me around at such a speed I couldn't buy anything. Although Emma and I fell in love with a puppy and a goat, a little monkey and a cat.
Here we are at the New Zealand Embassy in Moscow, and we're waiting for Emma's visa and passport so we can get out tomorrow. We're leaving tomorrow.
Just a note to say everything is fine and I'm really looking forward to coming home. It has been really hot and muggy here today and I can hardly believe it's winter in New Zealand. Just put Emma down to sleep. She's a lovely little girl and has a beautiful smile.
Mama! Mama!
Taken a lot of photos and videos and done a lot of shopping. Say no more. May have to move to a bigger house.
I'm not the only one who's been shopping, Terry. Jane has been too. She's led me astray. She's made me buy things that I wouldn't have really bought, and it's all her fault. So if I'm in debt when I get back, it's her fault, okay?
Well, darling, see you when I get back. Love you, Jan and Emma. She's painting a picture that I did not see. I saw her as just virtually assisting in the adoption of a child.
But it's all going on tape, and it's going to be used as evidence against you when I divorced you.
We were separated almost immediately after the marriage. The marriage was to ensure the adoption went ahead.
And here's Terry sitting out in the middle of nowhere, having a cup of tea.
I agreed to go ahead with it because I felt I didn't have a lot to lose.
Deep in thought there away.
I had just hoped that Jan was going to be able to cope.
Well, he was.
She assured me before she even went to Russia that she had every intention of coping on her own and bringing the child up on her own.
I think he's drunk.
That was not to be the case.
Oh, I just heard someone say let's boogie, so I guess it's time to go.
Emma's behaviour was a serious challenge. Just throwing things, screaming, not sleeping, aggressive. For a little 3-year-old, it was quite difficult, very difficult.
Yes, I do. Yo, I love you. Even when she's naughty.
I came here with my mum, Jan. I was 3 years old, and then I lived with her for a while, and then, I lived with some other people. Then I was in foster care, and then my dad took over. I'm the unsinkable Molly Brown. Anything can hit me, but I'm unsinkable.
To be honest, she was chaotic at the airport right from when she arrived back here. Pretty wild.
I've got photos of me in the airport, but I don't remember it.
And this lasted for a few years. You took her to a shopping centre or something like that, you had to watch her because she'd just disappear at the age of 3 or 4. She'd be gone.
Just cut a bit out.
And I thought, this is not going to be easy.
Emma, come here, come play.
And the conclusion that one particular counsellor came up with was a reactive attachment disorder with the fetal alcohol.
Good girl. Okay, there's my card. Where's yours? You cheated. What's this? What's this? Bye, crikey.
I've had a lot of struggles in my life, a lot of things go on in my life.
You cheated. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mentally not up to speed, At school I struggled a bit, I was behind.
Jan found it difficult to the extent that she kept finding caregivers to look after Emma at the beginning for a few nights a week and then longer and longer periods until in the end she was down Thames with another woman for a couple of months. But I did not want to step in. We'd made an arrangement that this would be how Jan wanted to do it, that if I wasn't going to be there, she was still determined to go ahead and do it by herself. It didn't work. It came to the attention of SIFs in the end, who then regarded this as abandonment and stepped in. And so there was a court order issued that Emma was to be placed in SIF's care. So she'd been in and out of foster homes for a couple of years.
I was misbehaving and this woman could not handle me. And of course, because I had ADHD and I guess this woman didn't know how to handle people with ADHD. So she locked me in a cupboard for a few hours until I calmed down. Yeah.
That is one aspect of it that I do recall, was being locked in a cupboard. And then Jan took her own life when Emma was, I think, about 6.
She committed suicide. People tell me a lot about her. Yeah, how she loved me very much and all that. Yeah. I wish she was still alive today, because then I could ask her things and she could give me advice and, yeah.
Emma then stayed in Sif's care several months until I could see it wasn't working. Instead of getting automatic custody after Jan's death, Sips wouldn't give it to me because they didn't think I could cope. And they may well have been right. A partner I met some years later, but I think Emma was about 10 or so, gave me a lot of support and a lot of care in gradually working on this process of overcoming these behavioural issues.
You've had a lot of challenges put in front of you, haven't you?
Of course.
You're a very independent and strong young woman, aren't you?
I'd like to think I am, but I don't want to get too big-headed about it.
What are your aspirations in life, Emma?
Just to go further, you know, to be the best person I can be and be positive I can be. Yeah. A letter to my mum. Can you say hi, Mum?
Yes.
Yeah. My name is Emma Barrett, but my birth name was...
Екатерина Викторовна Фисенко.
In Russia, we used to live there.
В России я жила по адресу улица Космонавтов.
I got adopted to New Zealand by a loving family.
Меня учредили в Новую Зеландию в прекрасную семью.
I went to school at Howard College. I am now 24 years old. I am 4'10", which is 147 centimeters.
Okay.
And I used to do ballroom dancing.
Okay. Ballroom dancing?
Ball, B-A-L-L.
Ballroom dancing.
Yeah, for 12 years on and off.
Okay, need to find what is it in Russian. Sorry. Just don't know what it is.
I have always wanted to find you since I was 13 years old.
What do you know of how you ended up in that orphanage?
All I know is my mum was an alcoholic and then she gave me up. I have a sister maybe, yeah. It's scary, nerve-wracking, finding whether I'll find anyone at all, you know?
I imagine for some adoptive parents, it's a bit scary when their adopted children want to reach out and find where they came from.
Yes, it would be.
Is it for you?
No, not really, no. I think she's smart enough to know when she's well off. I know she's smart enough to know when she's well off.
People say expect the worst, hope for the best, you know, so that's just what I'm doing. Although I don't want to think too much of not finding anyone because it would just make me depressed and I don't want to, you know, do that. I'm just taking it step by step, day by day, yeah. Not thinking too much too soon, you know, because it is very overwhelming.
I think the risk would be worth taking, just to get some closure.
I need a Russian passport, which I don't. I have my old one, which when I came over here, but that's expired.
She doesn't have Russian passport. So the process is to verify her Russian passport first and then apply for it once it's been verified. So it can take somewhere between 1 month to a year. And it's just work in progress at the moment. We're just waiting on that.
I was placed in an orphanage for the first 2 years of my life, and I was adopted out when I was 2 years old, which is when I came to New Zealand. In 2013, I wanted to go and do a search for my birth parents. I was 21 then.
Hello.
I found my birth mother first, and then I found my birth father.
Привет. Hello.
It was overwhelming, you know, surprising. It was exciting at the same time because now I actually know
How you going?
the blood side of my family. I know who they are. I know what they look like.
So you've got a really good sense of what's ahead for Emma.
I know it's going to be a sense of closure for her. It'll feel like the mystery's been solved, but you can never answer exactly what it will be like because it's different for every person adopted searching for their birth parents.
You've now set up I'mAdopted.org to help people in exactly that situation. What have you found out so far for Emma?
When I started searching for any information on Emma's birth parents, I managed to find her birth mother's name. When I found the name or found even some phone numbers that were, you know, might have been linked up to her birth mother, I didn't want to say anything yet until, you know, we actually make that phone call to those people.
Should we do it?
Yeah, you can dial it.
It's ringing. Алло, добрый день, здравствуйте.
Алло.
Доброе утро. I came to New Zealand when I was 16 in 2006 from St. Petersburg. I just wanted something else for myself, so I left for New Zealand just to study here. Екатерина Финенко.
Нет.
No, he doesn't know who she is.
There might not be anybody out there when you're trying to search. You know, your birth family might not be alive anymore, or your birth parents might not want anything to do with you. You got to be prepared for anything that's thrown at you. Of course, it's disappointing, you know.
It is disappointing, yeah.
It is very disappointing. I was given some phone numbers actually that were potentially some links to Emma's birth mother, Galina. So we sat down, I had Skype, I had my computer, and I thought, right, let's start dialing these numbers. We have no time to waste. We need to see if we can find any information.
It's asking to leave a message.
It's offline.
So it's offline. Probably. Yes, we tried another number and it just went to voicemail. So we had no luck with the second number.
I'm not leaving here without any answers.
I will try.
None of those phone numbers really helped, and that was, to me, I felt a little bit disappointed actually.
Доброе утро. Мне хотелось бы узнать, у вас отделение...
Then you had this idea that maybe we should ring the factory where her mother apparently used to work.
We only had the head office number for that factory, so we had to call the head office first to find out the rural number.
She's getting the number, yeah? Cool.
All right.
Пожалуйста.
До свидания.
So
She asked me to call HR.
they told us you need to call, you know, HR. And that was another big search of how do we call HR? I just want them to say, yes, we know this person. Here's the number, you know?
Таких фамилий у нас точно нету.
Таких фамилий нету. Хорошо, спасибо. Galina Finenko has never worked, or no one by that surname has worked at the factory, so...
That was when pretty much all my phone numbers were pretty much done on the list. So I didn't know what to really do next.
I just felt that we needed to keep trying and keep pushing. Should we call that orphanage?
Elias suggested that, why don't we call up her orphanage? Why don't we call them and see if they know anything? So that's what we did.
Алло?
Доброе утро. So when we called the orphanage and I got to speak to a lady.
Все, давайте жду ваш
Спасибо.
запрос.
Хорошо. До свидания. Okay, so we've got
Very
something. I've spoken to someone
Yeah.
who knows Emma. She knew who Emma was. and she was really excited to know that Emma was doing well. So she's been in this orphanage for 33 years.
Yes, the lady there remembered Emma when she was there all those years ago.
Basically, what we need to do for legal reasons, we have to send them an email.
I thought this was a great step. We might be able to actually get some names of her birth parents.
They should get back to us within an hour. She said she was going to go to archives now and pull up all the information they have in archives.
I felt a bit of a sense of relief inside because I thought, right, we're actually finally getting somewhere. She has to sign it though.
She has to sign it so we can just call her and we can scan it to her.
Understand, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna downplay this really to Emma because, you know, while it's exciting that we've just heard from this woman who's worked in that orphanage for 33 years, we might not find out anything more. So I don't want us to get too excited just yet.
Hi, it's Emma here. Sorry I can't get to the phone right now, but if you leave your name and number, I'll get back to you. Thanks, bye.
At the tone, record your message.
Hi Emma, it's Paula speaking. I'm sorry I'm ringing so late at night, but if you're still awake, do you reckon you could give me a quick call back? Because there's something I want to quickly run by you. Okay, thanks Emma, bye. So I'm going to try and get hold of Emma's father instead. Hi Terry, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. It's Paula.
Are you there, Emma?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi darling, I'm so sorry to wake you up. We rang your orphanage.
Yes.
The woman who answered the phone has been there for a long time, 33 years, and she remembers you.
Good heavens.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
which is amazing. And she has offered to go and get the archives out straight away, but in order to do that, she needs your permission, Emma.
Yeah.
So how would you feel about that if she goes to get out the archives to see if she can...
I'd like that.
You'd like that? We might not find out anything more than we already know, but I think it would be good to give it a go. It might be a further step.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you both very much. Sleep well. I'm sorry to wake you.
It's okay.
Okay, good news. Thank you very much.
You're
Paula.
welcome. Good night, guys.
Okay,
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
It's the hardest person I've ever tried to get through to. So we found all these profiles now. So VK is called In Contact. It stands for In Contact in the Russian language. And it's the biggest, social network in Russia. They use Facebook as well, but VK is used more. We found a profile, by the way. So while we were getting all these forms done for the orphanage and, we were just writing out these letters and just saying we want to get this information through to the orphanage, I decided to do a search on VK, just give it another go. There was someone had left a message on the wall of this profile. I was starting to get a little bit excited. Everyone was a little bit, calm and waiting for this letter to be sent through. So I went on to a profile that was already online that was friends with this woman who was Yulia. And I said, this girl called Emma in New Zealand is trying to look for her birth family. And her mother, I believe, is Galina. And this woman said, yes. This woman, Yulia, is trying to look for her sister. And she said, here's the phone number. Call up Yulia as soon as you can. We have her number.
Yeah, so let's give her a call.
Okay.
Алло.
Алло, Юлия, добрый день.
Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Илья.
Вы Александр?
Меня зовут Илья.
Привет.
Александр рядом со мной, но он не говорит по-русски.
And it turns out it's Emma's sister.
She is her biological sister. And she's really keen to be in touch with Emma.
Awesome. And she just got really upset and overwhelmed and excited and quite emotional.
Я буду очень рада, если она приедет, и все это состоится. 27 лет как бы не видит свою сестру.
She was really excited to hear from me. She was also looking for Emma, but she got nowhere with her search, so she just stopped trying. У вас сегодня день рождения. Поздравляю вас.
Такой подарок для меня.
Поздравляю вас с днем рождения. А вам сколько сейчас исполнилось?
Спасибо.
Birthday.
27.
27. Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty special day for her too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was her birthday.
So the question is, what about the mother?
The mother, she is behind bars. She's in prison. I've also asked about Emma's mother, and she said that she keeps in touch with her mother and that she was in jail at a time for stealing.
Did she tell you anything about Emma's father?
She did say that he is likely to be somewhere in the eastern part of Russia. She was always into tears, and she always put me into tears as well.
It's so weird.
Yeah. It was quite overwhelming.
I like helping people, searching for their birth families. That's what I'm all about.
So found a family.
I found a family, yeah.
Nice work.
Congrats, mate.
So thanks so much for coming in, Terry, today, because we wanted to tell you and Emma some progress that we've made in relation to your search. We asked you and your dad to come in because we've got something to tell you. What are you thinking it might be?
I don't know, I'm just hoping it's something good.
Well, also last night, we made some further progress and Ilya had a conversation with your sister.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
real sister.
really?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And this is your sister.
Oh, yeah.
Your sister has 2 children.
Oh, wow.
oh, you're an auntie.
So you're an auntie. We also, because of talking to your sister and through some other research that Ilya and Alex have done, have found your mother. There's something we want to tell you about that, which is that your mother is alive and well.
Yes.
But she was convicted for stealing.
Oh, right.
And so your mum is in prison at the moment.
Oh, gosh. Okay. It's weird having a mother in prison, family member who's in prison. I've never had that before, so it was a first for me.
Your sister, her name is Yulia.
Yes.
And she knows about you. She's 2 years older than you.
Yes.
She remembers you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
She's been trying to find you.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
You okay?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. So I am going to get emotional because I finally found my family that I've been searching for my whole life.
You okay? Yeah, so, oh, sweetheart, come here. It's big news.
Yep, it is.
It's good news.
Yeah.
It's good news.
I'd like to go and meet them, and all I care about is that they are safe and well.
What are you thinking?
So what am I thinking? I'm thinking, what a huge for Emma to know that she has somewhere in the world, she has something more to belong to than just our side of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
What does your dad decide?
That he wants to come on the trip with us to experience what I experience.
This is the thing you've been wanting since you were 13.
Exactly. Tonight I'm probably just gonna go to sleep and then wake up and be like, is this a vision? Was this a dream?
Yeah.
And then look at the photos and be like, no, it was not a dream, it was real. Yes.
Good for you, Em.
Emma, soon after that day, your dad gets some bad news.
Yes. He found out that he got cancer. And that he's only gonna live about a year. It's very upsetting.
How is your dad?
He's sad, but he knows that everything's gonna be okay. I just want to spend as much time with him as possible before he goes.
Добрый день, это Илья звонит из Став. Вы мне только что звонили по поводу Эммы Баррett.
Okay, Emma, the good news for you, your Russian citizenship was approved.
The embassy called earlier to say that I am a Russian citizen.
You can apply for 5 years passport. And as far as I understood, Ilya can help you to fill in an application form.
What does she tell you?
That we need to go to Wellington and fill out some paperwork.
Emma, I hope you understood Okay?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Feels weird to be a citizen of two countries.
Well done.
Now I'm a Russian and New Zealand citizen. We finished up with a phone call. We had to go into another room. I rang my dad, but he didn't answer. So then he rang me back and I told him the good news. So my dad's calling me.
What's the good news?
I've got my Russian citizenship.
Oh, good. Well, Vienna promised to go to Russia, but not to try and overthrow the Russian government. Oh, well done. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that very much.
How long have we been waiting for this?
2 years.
Kia ora everyone, a very warm welcome to Wellington. For your safety, you must remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
What happens the day that we go to Wellington?
Oh, it all turned to custard. It was raining, cold, and then we tried to find the car, but it wasn't in its car park, so we got drenched trying to find the car.
Have you been through this tunnel before, Emma?
Nope. Is that gate 1 or gate 2?
Just where the white car is, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
We arrived there 3 minutes before our meeting. Elliot talks to them, and there's another problem. We needed to get a document certified, and Elliot said, no, I'm putting my foot down, we are not coming back. And they were like, okay, we'll figure something out. Oh, yes.
That was a bit of a bloomin' nightmare, wasn't it, Emma?
Yes.
But we got there in the end, didn't we? Fingers crossed. How long will it be until you get your passport?
2 to 3 weeks.
How long does it actually take?
6 months. I was so excited. I just ripped it open. It means I can finally go to Russia, get on that plane and meet my family.
What did your dad mean to you, Emma?
He was the world to me. He was a lovely man. He loved talking to people. He loved fixing things. Going out in the kayak, swimming. Getting out in the garden, he loved his garden.
Now that he's gone, Emma, how does it make you feel about going to Russia? Does it change anything?
I just wish he was there, because it would have been better if he was there.
So, what would you like to say to your mom?
Hi, Mother.
Привет, mama.
You seem, Ilya, kind of quite protective of Emma. Why's that?
I just picture in my head what would happen to her if she wasn't adopted.
How have you been doing?
Как у тебя дела? And it would have been a different life for her, completely different life.
I am coming to see you in February. Hopefully coming to see you.
Я приеду встретиться с тобой в феврале.
What would it have been like, do you think?
I don't think anything good.
I have been planning this trip for 2 years. I can't wait to see you. Love from Emma.
С любовью, Эмма.
Do I feel like I've had a good life? Yeah. It's been a journey worked on. Every day, new page, new start.
Emma, is there anything about this journey, as you call it, that you're on, that you're worried about?
Yeah, the flight. The longest flight I've ever been on is to Australia, which is 3 hours. But the flight from New Zealand to Russia, Moscow, is 26 hours.
What kind of picture in your head do you have of what it might look like?
Well, I've talked to my stepmom about that, and she says don't ever expect anything, because if you think of something in your mind and you expect that to happen, and I know you, Emma, and if it doesn't happen, you're just going to get really upset. So I don't expect, or think about things,
I don't think it's going to be easy for her.
Because that's what I do. I think about things and I think, oh, this might happen or this might happen.
Because culturally Russia is quite different to New Zealand.
Oh, there's snow. And I get really excited and then it doesn't. I'm just like, oh, well, this is not what I expected. Well, first time touching down on snow.
And obviously she doesn't speak Russian, which doesn't help.
I like the Kremlin and the Red Square. Red Square, there was heaps of nice, it's kind of like an attraction place. There was a fair, what are those things, merry-go-round and skating, and there was a nice big shopping centre. Not that we could go there because it was so expensive to buy anything, but we went in and had a look. I seem to always be hungry and always be tired, which is very weird for me. I love the snow. It's just so different, because New Zealand it's either raining or too hot or too cold, but I like the snow. I've always wanted to go somewhere where it's snowing, kind of like a white Christmas.
Can you please tell me about that beautiful big red parka that you wear?
Oh, it's my dad's jacket. He wore it to Alaska because he used to do dog sledding with the dogs. So I brought it, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Is it warm?
Yeah.
Emma, the biggest parts of the trip are still to come, aren't
Yes.
they? How are you feeling about those?
Excited, nervous.
Hello.
Hello.
You ready?
Yes. Let's put it over here.
Do you remember a few weeks ago you sent me an email about what you want to tell your mother and sister about you?
I just want to say that I'm happy to see you and I want to spend as much time with you as possible. Before my dad died, he brought 3 greenstones, one for me, one for my sister, one for my mother.
Wow,
Yeah.
What a beautiful idea. How long have we been travelling now on the road
8
for?
hours.
8 hours. So how many hours then do we have to go till we get to Pskov?
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Nearly there. What have you been thinking about where we're going today? Emma, what does this place mean to you?
It's my birthplace where I was born and where I grew up for about a few weeks.
Yeah, not very long, hey? Where you were born. What does it feel like for you, going back to the place that you were born?
Feels weird.
Does it? Why? In what way?
Going to go and see it for the first time.
So where are we going today?
Dunno.
We're getting close, Emma.
Yes, we are.
So 2 days of traveling by plane,
Yes.
and then 2 days by car to get to this place.
Maybe I don't need this. No, I don't need this. It was quite interesting. Heaps of little houses. These houses.
Yeah, there's a lot of broken down places, aren't there?
Yeah, there is.
How are you feeling now?
Good.
Good?
Yes. Just nervous.
And then we found the apartment where you were born.
Yes.
This is it.
That's it. Wow, look at that, Emma.
Maybe we can go in?
I reckon we should give it a go.
Okay. It's quite interesting. It just looks like a normal apartment block when you see it, but when you go around the back, there's a playground for the children. Oh, cute little playground. And it's really nice. Very dark.
Yeah.
Хозяину никому. Он на работу вчера уехал в Ленинград.
Ладно, спасибо. So the owner of this flat left for work yesterday to St. Petersburg. So he's not coming back anytime soon. So we can't really get in.
It was what it was, you know, I can't get upset or angry about it because it's just the way it was. Yeah, there's no point in really dwelling on it.
So close.
So close.
Do you mind if
So
we don't
far.
get inside?
No, I don't mind.
We could try your auntie, right?
Yeah. I messaged my sister the night before to say, where does my auntie live? And Julia gave me my auntie's home address. Oh, there's so many cats. Look at that cat. Come on, guys. This way.
Добрый день, мы пытаемся попасть в 90-ю квартиру.
Yes, open.
Спасибо.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
let's get in.
Yay! Oh my goodness, so many stairs. My knees are gonna keel over in a minute. Please don't say we have to go up that ladder too. Let me in, Auntie. Nope, she's at work. But there was no answer at the door either.
Does it make you think much about how your life has turned out and how it might have been?
I try not to think about that because I'm not being nasty, but it kind of makes me a bit depressed of how my life would be if I lived here. It's kind of like comparing your life to someone else. Or if I was that person, I'd have a better life than what I do now. Or you can assume things, assume you might be working here or working there, that you'd never really know because it's just not your life.
So I've spoken to your sister, so she confirmed that the address we've got is definitely right.
So then that night we called Yulia again, and Yulia said the address was correct.
And she doesn't work, so she's a housewife.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she must...
We can try her again. We've got her phone number as well, so we can give her a call.
Okay, that'd be nice. It's not working.
She doesn't... She hasn't answered her phone, so...
When we left the town that night, there was a light on in her apartment, wasn't there?
Yes, there was. It was really sad to know that she was there, but she didn't answer the door. Maybe she didn't know who it was, or maybe she saw us outside with all the cameras and just decided not to.
And we got pretty close to meeting your auntie, but not quite close enough.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
Questions for my sister. What can you remember about life in the orphanage? What education did you get in the orphanage? Where did you meet your partner? What does he do as a job? What food do you like? What are your hobbies? Do the kids play sport? I have had a good life, and I'm going to tell them about the work that I do. We got in the van and we told Yulia it would take an hour and a half to get to her. And it took about 3 hours, and she kept on ringing us to wonder where we were. Oh, chickens! I just couldn't wait to see her. I was so excited. This is a very long road we're going down. Is this it? Nope. And then we asked some people for directions.
Это улица новая?
So then they said it was down that way. And then we had to walk, and we had to walk, and we had to walk. My hands are so pink because they're so cold. So cold out here. Oh. I hope my sister's house is warm. Is it this one here, maybe? Is it that one, maybe? Gosh, I don't know which one. I'm confused now.
Yeah, let's give her a call.
Okay.
Алло, Юля, ну мы, я думаю, уже почти на месте. Мы пытаемся понять, какой дом. Ладно, спасибо. Okay, I think it's that way.
And then Elias said, I think it's down all the way at the end.
I see her. That's her.
Hello! Hello! I could see her on the side of the road waiting for me. And then I started walking towards her. She had flowers for me. She's got flowers for me. Oh. I was so happy. I didn't feel nervous or anything. And then we hugged each other. It felt really good to finally meet her and see her in person. Спасибо.
Я тоже рада, я уже давно этого ждала и готовилась.
So she's saying so she's been waiting for this moment for a long time, and this is her sister, her blood, and they found each other.
Это очень хорошо.
Как бы я всегда знала, что она у меня есть.
I've always known that Emma existed somewhere, but only when I met her in real life, I realized that she's my blood.
Раз ее удочерили, никто об этом ничего не говорит.
Basically, she's been saying that she's been trying to find Emma for a long time, but initially she thought that Emma was with her dad. This is what she was told, but then later on she discovered that in fact she was in the orphanage.
I'd like to make a toast and thank everyone here today for being in my life, and I'm grateful that you all came on this journey with me. Wishing my sister, waiting all this time to meet me. Thank you. Nasz królowy.
Я ее предупредила, что мы придем.
So she's saying she spoke to her mom yesterday, so she got a call from prison. Her mom would be keen to see Emma as well. Yeah, and apparently it's not, as big of a deal if we just, show up there, and we could potentially try and negotiate the visit, like a 2-hour visit.
My sister's 2 kids, 3 and 10. My nephews, they're boys.
You're an auntie, Emma.
Yes.
Как наша Чихачева?
I met Yuli's husband's mother-in-law. She was really nice.
Lots of cuddles with her.
Yes. I just feel so excited to finally be here and finally be with Yuli and enjoy every moment with her.
Bye-bye.
She loves you, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
You can see it and feel it.
Я думаю, я бы всегда за ней ухаживала.
If we stayed together, everything would have been different. I would have taken care of my sister.
Защищала бы ее.
I would have protected her.
Yeah, it felt weird going back and seeing it for basically the first time, because I don't remember the orphanage as a child, so it's good to see it with fresh eyes.
It's you.
Oh, me?
Yes. This.
Oh, wow.
It's me, it's you.
Aww.
Свое.
О, спасибо.
Это бабушка. Это курочка. Это яичко.
What do you remember from when I was a baby?
Вы что помните о Эме?
Я помню очень хорошо ее, потому что она была, такая немножечко слабенькая девочка, и помню очень.
So she's saying that she remembers you really well. You're like really weak girl growing up, and you needed a lot of extra care. So they took really good care of you, and she's really happy that everything worked out the way it did. And you're here now with us.
Can you say thank you for taking great care of me?
Говорит большое спасибо, что они так позаботились.
Welcome. Очень рада, что ее мечта сбылась.
So she's happy that your dream came true.
It was very, very big and a lot of corridors.
Я не буду все открывать. Здесь у нас проходят музыкальные занятия, musical classes.
This is where they keep toddlers, and most of them are asleep. So if you don't don't make any noise.
We saw where the under-twos were taking their nap. We saw the children's music room. We saw the bedroom of where the kids sleep.
So this is the bedroom, one of the bedrooms where Emma used to sleep.
It's the bedroom where you used to sleep, isn't it?
And those bedrooms haven't changed.
Yes, apparently it hasn't changed. It had about 11 beds
You used to sleep in one of these beds. Like they haven't actually changed the beds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's exactly like one of the beds you used to sleep in.
It feels weird that knowing that I would have slept in those beds. Feels like I'm an outsider looking in. Because when you have no memory of something, you basically feel like an outsider looking into someone else's life. Yeah.
There was a really important question that you wanted to ask Natalia.
Do you know anything about my biological father?
Нет. Ходила как одинокая мать.
She had no records because all the records went to the archives. And she only has the documents of the children who go back to their parents.
So the reason why they put here is because some of the families have difficulties in life, and they just need time to overcome the difficulties and then get the kids back.
Not for you though, hey?
No, not for me.
But it doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes the kids are left behind.
You know that movie Annie? Whenever I watched it, I always thought I was Annie. It was a hard life for me growing up.
Добрый день.
Такие родители оставляют своих детей здесь.
Да. So when she was looking at kids, she wanted to take them all home with her, and she felt really sorry that parents could do it, just leave the kids behind.
Это просто морально очень тяжело все это опять вспомнить.
Yeah, it's hard to going through that again, just thinking about the upbringing.
I've got some tissues. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You've got tissues.
I felt sad for her. I wish she had a good life too. Whenever I was growing up, when I only knew I had a sister, I didn't know whether I had a mother or not. I would always pray that she had a good life and she was healthy and happy. I just wanted the best for her.
Oh.
But at least her life's better now.
I think everything is gonna be alright now that we've met.
So why don't we go back, and because Emma obviously should meet her auntie, right? If she wants to, and if the auntie wants to see her, but let's not even try to film it, yeah?
Yeah, we can just get in and see if she's happy to see Emma, just to have a conversation with her. You know, might as well try while we're here.
She's talking to the auntie now.
Okay, so Yulia has just spoken to Emma's auntie on the phone to see if we can go and visit her. And auntie said she doesn't want to see Emma. She doesn't want to have none of it. She's not willing to meet Emma at all.
Did you hear that, Emma?
No.
And that, unfortunately, your auntie has said that she doesn't want to meet.
So your auntie doesn't want to see you?
Sad. Maybe next time. I was really sad. She said, doesn't matter whether there's cameras or not, I still don't want to meet you.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's always sad when your blood doesn't want to meet you, blood family. Because she's my mum's sister and she's a part of me. And I'd like to meet her. She seems like a nice person.
Don't worry, everything is gonna be all right. If auntie is not around, but you found a loving sister. She loves you and you're gonna stay in touch, so that's the main thing.
Today we had breakfast and then we went to see where my mum lives. It was red and it was run down because she hasn't been there in a while.
It's not looked after because there is no one around to look up to the place, so she will have to do a bit of renovation. Let's just go and have a look around.
Whenever she goes to prison, she keeps coming back to that house after, and then she makes it all pretty again.
It's very cold.
Год уже она отсидела.
So she's already spent 1 year in prison. If she gets good behavior bond, she will come out at the end of this year. So she will come back here, Emma, when she's out of prison.
Oh yeah, it could use with some TLC. It's probably really hard for her life. I feel sorry for her. Having bad influences in her life and not being able to get away from them. She goes to her friends and drinks and then can't pay for the bill and then steals and then goes to jail again. She's been doing that since she was 24, in and out of jail since she was 24 years old.
And how old is she now?
49.
So half her life?
Yes.
Когда она не пьет, она хорошая.
When she doesn't drink alcohol, she's a good person and I want to help her. But when she does drink, she's not, and I don't want to see her around.
Do you imagine living in a house like that?
I guess so, if I lived here.
Она жила в других условиях.
Yeah, your sister is saying you're lucky to have different upbringing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
У нее были хорошие родители.
He had good
Самое
parents.
главное, что надо для ребенка.
Yeah, that's the main thing for a kid.
Чтобы о ней заботились.
Loving parents.
I'm pretty sure Mum is loving too.
You've had a lot of highs and lows in your life, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
And even a lot of highs and lows on this trip to Russia.
Yes.
How are you coping with everything?
Pretty good. I'm just a little worried about today. Going to prison for the first time. That I'll actually be going into a prison instead of just driving past a prison like I do in Auckland.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I guess I'll be ready as I'll ever be.
Я думаю, она тоже будет счастлива встретить свою вторую дочь.
Mom would like to see Emma, and she was saying that she regrets some of her decisions in life, and despite the person she is, she still loves us.
Questions for my mother. Do you have brothers and sisters? Is your mother and father still alive? Do you know any medical history? Does my dad have any brothers and sisters? Does my dad have any other kids?
What do you know about your father?
Not much at all.
Нет. Я знаю, что его убили.
No, I don't know anything. I know that he got stabbed and killed, but I've never seen him, and I don't know anything about him. I was looking at Emma when I had to translate that her father was stabbed and killed. And she had no emotion in her eyes. She was just looking blank at me, and it's like I was just talking about weather in New Zealand.
I'm not sure if you heard what Julia said. Did you? That he's...
Oh yeah, he got murdered, stabbed.
You
Yes.
did hear that?
Yes, I did.
Did you know that before?
No, I didn't.
You might be able to find out from your mum, you know, if that's true or if it's just a story that's been passed on.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to ask her. I am nervous because I've never been in a prison before, and I wonder what it's going to be like. Doesn't look like a prison. Oh, is it over there? Thank you.
So we had to leave because they didn't want us filming in there.
Yeah, I got us out of trouble just by explaining what we're doing here. There is a chance we just don't have enough time to do this. Once we've done some research on what's required,
That documentation is on its way, right? And we have a few hours until the prison closes.
Yeah.
So with a bit of luck, we might hear something back today, okay?
and then I got to speak to one of the officials who didn't give me his name, but he said he'll make a phone call to prison and they would let us in.
You put on a special dress, didn't you, to see your mum?
Yes, it was a dark blue dress.
Why did you want to put on that special dress to see your mum?
Because it was a special occasion. And I like to dress up for special occasions. When we were walking towards the prison, I felt very excited because we may actually be getting in.
So by the time we made it back to prison, we had head of prison waiting for us at the front door, and we got in no trouble.
And then after that, they take us to a little room with a glass window where my mum's sitting on the other side and we have to do one of those phone calls. I'm excited because she's finally right in front of me.
Yeah, I was watching Emma's reaction, and Emma's mom was tearing up, crying, looking at Emma.
She's upset. I mean, happy tears.
Yeah, I was getting quite emotional myself in the sense that we've made such an effort to get in.
What happened? How did it go?
It was good.
Yeah? Tell me, what happened?
We were just speaking to my mother and all that.
Yeah?
Yeah, she had a lot to say.
Did she?
Yeah, just about our family and that I had a grandma.
You have a grandma
Yes.
who's alive?
We're not sure. She lost contact with her 20 years ago.
Когда она родила ему, ей никто не помогал.
When Emma was born, she had no support. She was asking for help from auntie and grandmas, but no one was willing to help, and she ended up leaving Emma behind.
Did you remember your list of questions?
Yes, I did most of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get the answers you wanted?
Yes.
Did you manage to ask about your father?
Yes. She said that he got shot, was it?
That's the information she got from your grandma.
I'm a bit upset that I couldn't find my dad, but...
But in the scheme of things, you now have a mum and a sister.
Yes.
And we've also discovered your mum has a brother.
Yes.
You got an uncle here too.
Yes.
What's his name?
Anatoly.
How did you leave it in terms of what contact you might have in the future?
Well, my mother wants me to speak Russian, learn to speak Russian, so I can come over and stay with them.
And what were your final words when you left your mum, Emma? What did you say?
Goodbye, I love you, stay safe. Yeah.
Мне очень грустно от этого, я хочу плакать.
When we're coming back to this place, I ask Emma, what am I going to do without you? I want her to stay, I want her to be here with me.
In New Zealand, we give people greenstone. And before my father passed away, because he thought I was coming on this trip, he gave me this greenstone to give to you. And it says, bonding of friendships, joining of lives for eternity. 2 shoots growing together, the joining of cultures.
Спасибо.
What does Emma mean to you now, Terry?
Well, she's my daughter, just as much as if I was her birth father. Every bit as much.
In spite of all the difficulties.
Oh, yes, and who hasn't had difficulties raising children?
She has a lot to give in return, doesn't she?
Yes, she does, yes. Oh, I know she's intensely loyal and devoted to me. Yeah, I know that, yeah.
The plan was for your dad, Terry, to be here on this trip with you.
Yes, it was, but sadly he couldn't make it because he died. He got sick and he died, sadly. I don't like to talk about it because it makes me cry. He was very special to me.
Yeah, he was a beautiful man.
Yes, he was.
Конечно. She wants to wear it.
Oh, да. And it is blessed as well because you have to put it in the river and bless it.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
Я не знаю теперь, как дальше будет складываться наша
I'm not sure what's gonna happen in the future, but I'm grateful that we've met.
If you could say anything to him now, Emma, what would it be?
That I love him and I've found out what I need to find out by perseverance.
You know why those words are perfect?
Why?
Because what your dad wanted for you through this trip to Russia was closure.
Yes.
Is that what you've got?
Yes. I'm very thankful I was adopted because it's given me the chance to bloom